Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ty Johnny back with another live video reaction, whatever you want to call it, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the post notification bell to see more of me. And we all gonna eat as a family, man. As the great words of Ace Boogie goes, everybody eats B. If you're new to the channel, I react to sports and music mainly, but I react to anything you put in the comment section below. But also, if you're new, subscribe, subscribe to a young man, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go up together. And if you've been on the channel already, I love you and appreciate you. Even if you know I love you and appreciate you. But today, I didn't slow down with the Larry Bird videos, but I had to do a couple other videos. But now we back on that Larry, man. You got making the case for Larry Bird, why he's the GOAT. Right now, before this video even starts, let me know why Larry is your GOAT, or who is your GOAT, and why they're your GOAT. Mine is Michael Jordan, because obviously he's just the greatest of all time. I know that's a bad explanation, but I don't really feel like explaining it. We just gonna go with Michael Jordan. 33,000 points, 6 rings. I'm pretty sure he got like 6 MVPs or something like that, or like at least 3 MVPs, 6 Finals MVPs. So many accolades he got, really.
Basketball is special. The size of the court and the lack of pads or helmets give fans the most intimate experience of a team sport that exists. And because of the different styles that basketball allows for, players develop their own distinct identities and signature styles through their creativity.
Look at that pass.
Flair.
Pete.
And athleticism.
Ooh.
And although no player succeeds alone, the scoring volume and two-way...
But you gotta watch that Kawhi pulled up in his face.
And although no player succeeds alone, the scoring volume and two-way nature of the sport give individual stars a nearly unprecedented amount of control over the flow and outcome of the sport.
This shot that you just seen by Damian Lillard, this was the last time I've been an actual basketball fan of the NBA, because I was an Oklahoma City fan. After this shot, I was done.
A nearly unprecedented...
Look at this. It looked like he's touching the ball. I'm trying to figure out why he wasn't. I don't care if he could. That's a bad shot, bro. Play defense. It's 1.7. You down 3-1.
Amount of control over the flow and outcome of a game. For this reason, players are constantly compared to their peers and to the legends of the past in order to answer the most hotly contested question in the sport. Who's the greatest to ever do it? For many, the question is redundant. They believe in only one right answer, their answer. Others might have their own personal stance, but acknowledge one or two alternatives. But I believe that there's much more nuance to the question of greatness and more answers to it than you might think. By my count, there are 8 players in NBA history that have a substantial claim as the GOAT. It's a subjective thing, though. I can't give you a definitive answer. All I can do is make the argument.
Blocked by James!
So today, I'll be making the case for Larry Bird as the greatest basketball player of all time.
Let's see what you got, Larry. I think you got a great case. Shout out Clayton Crowley. Y'all go like and subscribe to his channel too. I'm already speaking too fast. We go ahead. I got you, Crowley. 5 years ago? I'm late.
The basketball. When it comes to basketball, Larry Bird is the smartest, clutchest player to ever play the game. Now, if you don't think that Larry Bird is the greatest basketball player of all time, you probably hate that I just said that. Those are the kind of talking head sport cliches that surely impact the game, but are impossible to empirically measure. Normally, I'd agree with you, but I think that when you talk about Larry Bird, you see those intangibles become real, palpable results. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't believe it. When Larry Bird was drafted by the Boston Celtics in 1978, the NBA needed saving. Attendance was in the toilet, the league had few marketable stars, cocaine addiction had several players in its grasp, and, most damning of all, playoff games were being tape delayed. Playoff games at the highest level of basketball were being put in the back seat for black and white movies and network reruns. But rather than join the Celtics after being taken 3rd overall, Larry Bird decided to return for his final year at Indiana State, a decision that would prove to be one of the most important in the history of the sport.
Bucket.
Bird's final year saw the Sycamores tear through college basketball, going 33-0 before the national championship game. Bird, already claimed by the NBA's most historic and prestigious franchise, had established himself as the generational talent who would inherit the mantle of pro basketball. Indiana State's opponent in the national championship was Michigan State, captained by the immortal Irvin Magic Johnson. The Sycamores lost the championship to the more talented Spartans in the highest rated game in the history of basketball at any level still to this day. Highest rated game in the history of basketball. Sycamores lost the championship to the more talented Spartans in the highest rated game in the history of basketball at any level still to this day. The stage had been set. The next decade of basketball would be defined by the rivalry between the white hick from French Lick and his Boston Celtics and the black Magic and his Showtime Lakers. The rivalry between Bird and Johnson is entwined into the fabric of the NBA and is worthy of 100 documentaries. In this video, though, we're going to be looking at Bird's claim of supremacy. Here's Bird's basketball resume. His 3 championships come with perhaps the highest collective degree of difficulty of any player's championships. His 3 MVPs came consecutively, making him only the 3rd player to accomplish the feat, along with Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. His 2 finals MVPs are misleading. He was absolutely the best player on the '81 Celtics, but he was only a sophomore, and his 15 points per game in the finals gave the media an excuse to exact a little vengeance on a legendarily difficult interview. His All-Star and first-team selections also come with the caveat that Bird only played for 13 seasons and missed all but 6 games of the '89 season following surgeries on both feet. I can hear you already.
So basically, he went all-team every year.
A 13-year career. And this guy is supposed to be the GOAT? What color of paint are you huffing, Clayton? Green, obviously. But hear me out. Yeah, Bird's career lasted about 2/3 as long as it should have. But what he did in that time was so impressive and so substantial that every basketball fan acknowledges that he's in the conversation as the greatest ever. Doesn't it matter that those 13 years saved professional basketball, delivered a disproportionate amount of memorable moments, defined the golden age of the league, and produced a career by which all other forwards, before or since, are measured? Bird squeezed every drop of talent out in those 13 years and made it seem more like 30. He didn't just leave his fingerprints on the game. He left so much of his DNA in the sport that it needed a cigarette afterwards. There's something to be said about the candle that lasts half as long but burns twice as bright. Those 3 MVP years, candle that lasts.
Why is he falling like that? I'm sorry. I know I've seen this a lot of times, but why? Look.
Lasts half as long but burns twice as bright. Those.
Let's look at these stats. This is his career.
3 MVP years stack up with any other run by any other.
All right, so he averaged 26.2, a block, 1 block, 2 steals. Come on, 7 assists, 10 boards. 3-point. Let me see this field goal. Okay, almost 90% from the free throw, 50% from the field, 5 free throws a game, 40% from the 3. So he's going 10 for 20 every game. Okay, Larry.
Other player. I will put an A+ Larry Bird season up against anyone's. What does an A+ Larry Bird season look like? A full box score, a blowout win, a nearly undefeated record at home, and a play style that could only be described one way: white. Larry Bird isn't just a white basketball player, he's the white basketball player. Larry Bird isn't just a...
That pass is crucial. One more time.
A full box score, a blowout win, a nearly undefeated record at home, and a play style that could only be described one way: white. Larry Bird isn't just a white basketball player, he's the white basketball player. To describe Larry Bird's game is to thumb through the Hoops dictionary and pick out every cliche about white players. Unathletic, great shooter, good fundamentals, the whole thing. The archetype of a white basketball player is Larry Bird, with one exception. He had an unparalleled understanding of the game of basketball, both as a physical contest and as a mental competition. His basketball IQ infected everything he did and catapulted his career into legend. Bird was a complete player. Jerry West called him nearly as perfect as you can get. He was the league's first great marksman. He could
Exactly. Yes, literally. Imagine Larry Bird with Michael Jordan athleticism. He'd have been the best player of all time. Or like LeBron athleticism with LeBron's durability. Larry would have been playing to this day. He could. He's still 50, 60 years old with LeBron's durability. He's still out there shooting that 3 in the corner. He don't even got to dribble no more if he's 60.
Toward his body to shoot from anywhere on the court, regardless of the level of defense. He pioneered the art of the dagger 3 and was the founding member of the 50-40-90 club. At 6'9", Bird's understanding of angles and coordination led to a higher rebounding average than Patrick Ewing, and it made him an impressively adept finisher in his younger years. 86, Bird dropped 47 points on the Blazers, playing the majority of the game left-handed. His lack of quick lateral movement meant that Bird didn't do much when it came to slapping the floor and picking up the opposing point guard, but his size and omniscience gave him the ability to body similarly sized players, read defenses like a free safety, and pick off passing lanes with ease. His passing was transcendent, and I'll highlight it later. And of course you need to know that Larry Bird was a tough MFer. Imagine being able to...
Larry Bird is one of the toughest MFers of all time, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I would have got back up after landing on my back and it's already broken. I'm going to sleep. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and check in for me.
He had a superhuman motor and dove for loose balls like a beagle at the park. He was a willing participant in his share of fights, often precipitated by his league-renowned trash talk.
Larry told Robert Reed the other state that he should have stayed in preaching. That was funny. He had 50 points. I was guarding in my rookie year. He looked at me and he goes, "You can't stop me." And I looked at him and I said, "Gosh, boy, you're so confident." He proceeded to score like 10 straight points on me. Coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
He was a basketball genius. He'd be a step ahead, a thought ahead, play the game like a chess game.
I'd much rather guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird because you have to play the game as a thinker when you're playing him. You have to get inside his mind.
If you put all of us in a room, Magic, Jordan, myself, and Bird probably be the guy who walks out of the room at the end of the day.
Did you notice something during those testimonies? Those are some of the best basketball players of all time. And
those are the people that played against Michael Jordan, by the way. And they're saying they'll rather have to guard Jordan over Larry is crazy.
All sing Bird's praises like they were former assassins who had to go toe-to-toe with John Wick and they're just happy to be alive. Bird excelled during one of the most talent-rich periods in league history. The abridged list of his basketball rivals goes like this: Dr. J and Moses Malone on the Philadelphia 76ers, Sidney Moncrief on the Milwaukee Bucks, Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer and the Bad Boy Pistons, Dominique Wilkins on the Atlanta Hawks, Bernard King on the New York Knicks, Michael Jordan on the Chicago Bulls, Hakeem Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson on the Houston Rockets, and of course, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the Los Angeles.
They had the lineup on the Lakers, man, and he beat them. It had Kareem, Magic, James, Michael Cooper. Who didn't they have is the real question.
Lakers. All right, there's no point avoiding it any longer. We have to look at Magic versus Larry. If you have Magic over Larry, it's because he has 5 rings to Larry's 3, had a peak that lasted about 2 or 3 years longer than Larry's, and had a 2-1 record against Bird's Celtics in the finals. Perfectly legitimate, completely respectable arguments. But in the interest of making Bird's case, allow me to retort. For nearly the entire decade of the 1980s, the Eastern Conference was irrefutably the more competitive conference between the two. Considering...
Yeah, the Eastern Conference was better. And then Magic had at the time, the best scorer of all time, or the number 1 scorer in NBA history, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So it's like, I'm not saying Kevin McHale is not good or, what's his name, Robert Parrish isn't good, but they're not scoring like Kareem.
The competition, for Bird to have made 5 finals appearances is just as impressive as Magic's 9. As for the head-to-head record responsible for Magic's 2 extra titles, he had more help.
Come on, man. Exactly. That's literally what I just said. And look where he just shot the hook shot from it. He all netted it.
As for the head-to-head record responsible for Magic's 2 extra titles,
he hooked it from the free throw line, man. How you gonna stop that?
He had more help.
He might as well just shoot hooks from the 3.
Oh, seriously. The Celtics' Big 3 and the Lakers' Big 3 get compared all the time historically as if they were of equal caliber, but weren't Magic's accomplices just a step above Bird's? No disrespect at all to Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish, but
didn't I just say that literally word for word?
Kareem was the alpha dog on the 71 Bucks and was the best player for at least 2 of the Lakers' 5 titles. Best player for at least 2 of the Lakers' 5 titles.
Look where he's shooting a hook shot from. That's not even close to the rim.
James Worthy was the #1 pick out of UNC after winning a championship as the best player on a team that had Michael Jordan on it. Throw in the fact that Magic got to be coached.
I never knew that. I literally just asked in another video I did, who did Michael Jordan play with on UNC? And that makes a lot of sense now.
By Pat Riley, one of the most brilliant minds in basketball history, and you could say that the Magic Bird argument comes down to one thing: luck. So if their careers come down to luck, the question just becomes who you would rather take. Now, I'm not making this video to tell you why you shouldn't take Magic. I'm making this video to tell you why you should take Bird. Not just over Magic, but over everybody. One thing that helps him is the fact that his play would translate perfectly into the league today. A 6'9" sharpshooting forward with eyes in the back of his head who averaged double-digit rebounds in an era against Moses and Lambeer. He'd gobble up boards as a power forward. He'd be an offensive mismatch against everybody as a small ball center, and his off-ball skills and passing would pair perfectly with the flow of today's game. Add in his competitive mania and 3 generations worth of medical advancements, and we're talking about a player who could have stuck around so long they would have had to rename the league. As you've been watching these clips of Bird, I would hope that you would notice something. He always knows where everybody is. Watching Bird play basketball is like watching those monsters from A Quiet Place that know where you are if you make any noise at all. Bird had a level of clairvoyance that bordered on the unnatural. In '85, he ended up 1 steal away from a quadruple-double after playing just the first 3 quarters. His passing was famously infectious and helped transform the Celtics of the '80s into an ideal that
Mind you, he didn't even finish telling y'all that he checked himself out in the 3rd quarter and didn't play for the rest of the game. He could have got that quadruple-double if he wanted to.
Basketball teams at all levels are still shown tape of. They moved the ball with precision and intent, always looking for better shots and determined to get the entire team involved in the effort. That fact is almost entirely attributable to Bird and his wizardry with the ball. This acumen also helped Bird become the only player with a GOAT claim to transition successfully into other basketball roles after his playing career. In his 3 years as the head coach of the Pacers, Bird won a Coach of the Year award, coached the Pacers to their first and only finals appearance, and gave Michael Jordan as much trouble as he'd ever gotten in his career in the '98 Eastern Conference Finals. After moving into a front office role for Indiana, he won Executive of the Year in 2012, becoming the only person to have an MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year award. On the court or off of it, inside and out.
Trying to live like Larry, man. He out here getting all the awards from a player to an owner to a coach. He could do it all, man.
Larry Bird sees basketball as only he can. That intelligence also lent itself to Bird's defining skill, making the big plays. Remember, NBA players get paid to win games. James Harden is getting paid nearly $40 million this year because he's supposed to help the Rockets win games. Victory can be achieved in a lot of ways, and the win column doesn't care how it happens. As Mark Sinclair once said,
It don't matter if you...
Whoa, 120 to 66. What game was this?
and the win column doesn't care how it happens. As Mark Sinclair once said,
It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
but when your team is down 1 in a crucial playoff game with 8 seconds left, and you need to hit a shot to stay in the series and keep your season alive, that's where players really separate themselves and earn their money. Love it or hate it, it's the players that come through in the big moments that live forever in our memory. Love it or hate it.
Who just hit a full court shot?
It's the players
that Jerry West?
Come through in the big moments that live forever in our memories. Some players, for whatever reason, were never able to do it consistently. Some players were truly outstanding at it. Larry Bird was the best at it. I'm not going to give you the stats about his field goal shooting under 2 minutes with a score that's this close, or tell you who has the most buzzer beaters, or any of that.
Take that for data.
I'm just going to show you clutch moments in clutch situations. 1985 against the Blazers. Bird drops 48 points, including this. Down 1 with 2 seconds left.
Inbound pass, they double team at Bird. Larry, fake, fall away. Inbound pass.
He's being double teamed in the corner. He dribbles to the corner more, fades away. Game time.
They double team at Bird. Larry, fake, fall away.
1985 against the Hawks. Bird sets the Celtics scoring record with 60 points with shots like these.
They open the right side. Bird the follow away. He drills it again. That's the best shooting I've ever seen.
1986 against the Rockets. Not all of Bird's clutch moments were singular. The bigger the moment, the bigger his performance. In Game 6 of the 1986, singular. The bigger the
He just caught it in the post, jumped 360, then hit it, bro.
moment, the bigger his performance. In Game 6 of the 1986 NBA Finals, Bird clinches the championship with a triple-double in what he calls the best game he ever played.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Bird wants a three.
Like, that shot was so cash that it just slid through the rim, if you know what I mean. Look how it went in.
Played.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Bird wants a three.
1987 against the Washington Bullets. Bird hits one shot to tie it before it's waved off because of a timeout. Hits another shot to tie it up for real.
Crowd is standing up. It goes down to Bird. Bird goes up top.
This man shooting one-leg threes like this is 2025 or 20. He doing, yeah, that's crazy.
And then in double overtime, down one, he does this.
It's going to go to Bird. He's got a shot.
2 one-leg threes for the game.
For 3 years, from 1986 to 1988, the three-point contest knew no other champion but Larry Bird.
He's still going to drop one here quickly. 14. This is a tie for the money. Whoa!
1987 Eastern Conference Finals, Game 5. Tied at 2 games apiece against the Bad Boy Pistons, this enormous game would put the winner 1 game away from the NBA Finals. The Pistons are up 1 with seconds remaining. The ball goes out of bounds off the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas 1 with seconds remaining.
Wait, so people sitting courtside used to sit on the floor? Y'all gotta let me know if y'all ever went to a game. Did courtside people literally sit on the floor in these games? That's crazy.
The ball goes out of bounds off the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas just needs to inbound the ball to win the game.
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DK. Right at 1 second left. What a play by Bird. Bird stole the inbound.
What a play by Bird!
There are truly too many big games and big moments for me to go through without this ending up as a documentary. But that all leads me to this, what I really want to talk about. 1987 NBA Finals, Game 4 against the Lakers. LA is up 2-1, and the Celtics need to win to tie the series and stay alive. Bird hits a 3 with 12 seconds left to go up by 2.
Bird goes for 3.
Kareem comes down and gets fouled with 8.
This low-key give me Golden State vibes. Like, he like Steph Curry. Obviously, Larry played way before Steph, but like every time Steph shoot, we all think it's going in. So that basically is Larry Bird.
8 seconds left. He makes the first, but misses the second. LA ends up with the ball with 7 seconds left, down 1 point.
In the low post, being guarded by Dennis Johnson.
Byron Scott is in the ball game now. Magic hits this, the baby skyhook.
Scores with 2.
2 seconds left, down 1.
Dennis Johnson on the inbound.
Get off me, Larry.
Fires it.
What do you think happens?
I think he missed it because I remember this. Yep.
I bet it wasn't that. When I paused the tape and the ball was hanging in the air, you thought it was going in. Bird thought it was going in. Magic thought it was going in. I've seen this game before, and I still think it's going to go in. But it didn't. Pat Riley said it himself. We got lucky. And that, a missed shot in the NBA Finals, is why he's the clutchest. Because after he makes the big plays, has the big games, hits the big shots, time and time again, you expect him to hit every shot, to win every game. And in those fleeting moments when he doesn't, when he looks like a mere human, when he looks like everyone else who tries to do what he does, you just can't believe it. That's what Larry Bird did. He made the big plays so often, you thought he was going to make them every time. He helped turn basketball into a global phenomenon, paving the way for every Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or LeBron James who comes through our lives.
Yep.
He played basketball in its purest form and captained a team that is consistently ranked among the greatest of all time. He has the second highest win percentage in the history of the NBA, behind Magic by less than 0.5%, about 10 games. He was the complete package, a player with no holes in his game whatsoever. They called him Basketball Jesus. He didn't get that name without doing something extraordinary. He saved basketball, and he did it by playing it better than anyone else. Here's Magic at Bird's retirement in 1993.
Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird. To the greatest...
Just to let you know, it's 2025. We still haven't seen another Larry, so he not lying. There's been replicas of you, but they don't do exactly what you do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got Luka, we got Dirk Nowitzki, we got all these players that play like you in certain ways, but they don't have the full, complete package. You know what I'm saying? We even got Bronze, but Bron can't shoot the ball like Larry. You know what I'm saying? So I've never literally seen another player like Larry.
Basketball player ever, but more important, a friend forever.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. This was a really fun video to make, and I'm going to continue to make more of them, so please feel free to subscribe. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out my website, ballsandsuch.com, where I post things about, like, if the solar system was a basketball team, could Uranus hit a jump shot? You know, really important stuff.
He talk about some real important stuff. He funny. Shout out Clayton Crowley. He's great. This is a great video. I'm gonna definitely be tuning into some more Making the Cases. Look, you see how I just hit that subscribe button? Y'all go do that for him and do that for me. All right? You got Kareem, Michael. Y'all let me know. It's a bunch of Making the Case videos. Y'all let me know who y'all think I should react to next for Making the Case. Or is there any other videos in specific y'all want me to watch? But yeah, if you made it to this end of this video, definitely put that in the comment section below. I'm gonna show you some love for showing me some love. And I want to say I appreciate you if you made it to the end of this video. Even if you watched part of it, I appreciate you. Also, if you're new to the channel, you made it to the end of the video, you might as well just hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? You might as well. It's no point you don't. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you made it this far. You mess with me. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing with y'all. But, yep, guys. This is the end of the video. Let me know who y'all think is y'all GOAT Making the Case. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the post notification bell to see more of me. And we all gonna eat as a family. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. I love y'all. Peace.